Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, the Nature Boy. Woo! Back with another video for you guys here today. And today we are going to be discussing HAKI. Today we're going to be going over the top 10 HAKI users of all time in One Piece. Now, warning right off the bat, this is obviously going to include some personal speculation and some personal headcanon, as a lot of these characters have little to no HAKI feats. However, I would like to base it off of their portrayal along with what we have seen and determine where I personally think they would rank in a top 10 HAKI users list of all time. And with each person, I will give an explanation. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. At number 10, we have Yamato. So Yamato, we see in Wano. We're introduced to our character in Wano. She has Conqueror's HAKI, she has Armament HAKI, and she has Advanced Conqueror's HAKI. Now, there are very few characters so far in the series that have Advanced Conqueror's HAKI. We see Kaido himself say that only a scant few of the strongest have this ability, and that already puts you in a very small number of people, a very small slot if you are within this group. And Yamato fits this. The reason I have her here, and spoiler, I do not have Zoro, is because she has far greater experience with HAKI and with Conqueror's HAKI than a Zoro or someone else who we have just seen get HAKI not too long ago. Advanced Conqueror's HAKI not too long ago. So for this, I have her at number 10. At number 9, I have the right-hand man of the red-haired pirates. I have Benn Beckman. This is where headcanon is going to get into it. However, you cannot deny that there is a significant amount of portrayal given to all of the red-haired pirates when it comes to HAKI. Now, if you have not seen film red spoilers, we will leave those alone. Very few people have so far. However, let's just say that we know Benn Beckman has some abilities when it comes to HAKI, and we can speculate off of Shanks alone and off of him being the right-hand man of Shanks and none of them having a double fruit, how great his HAKI is. He arrives at Marineford, he aims the gun at Kizaru, and with no double fruit, with no other abilities, he is able to stop Kizaru dead in his tracks. This will allow me to think he has some kind of advanced armament HAKI. He encodes it in his bullets. Maybe he can do some kind of attacks with his Ryo that we haven't seen before for a sniper or for a gun wielder. I would also think maybe he has Conqueror's HAKI. Maybe he has Advanced Conqueror's HAKI. Zoro is the right-hand man of Luffy, and he already has Advanced Conqueror's HAKI. What is there to say that the right-hand man of Shanks, who is arguably the best HAKI user ever, would not have Advanced Conqueror's HAKI? So for this, I have Benn Beckman at number 9. At number 8, I have the Shogun, or the previous Shogun of Wano, Kozuki Oden. Oden was a man who started off with no HAKI when we first started with him in his adventure. He was a fantastic swordsman, no devil fruit, and as he voyaged with the greats such as Whitebeard and Roger and Rayleigh, you can't help but to think that being amongst these people and spending years with these people, along with the Roger pirates, who again, none of them seem to have a devil fruit, so it seems to be a ship full of HAKI specialists, and Oden was no exception. We saw when he came back, he was multiple times stronger and still did not have a devil fruit. He was able to hang with Kaido with nothing but his swordsmanship and his HAKI, and he was able to cut Kaido. With this, it is not confirmed, but I believe strongly that it was Advanced Conqueror's HAKI. So far, any significant damage we were able to see Kaido obtain has always been Advanced Conqueror's HAKI, with the likes of Luffy, Zoro, and Oden, in my opinion, was no different. So Oden is at number 8. At number 7, we have the main character, Monkey D Luffy. I think he is at the very least number 7th on this list. He absolutely deserves it. On paper, he has all that there is to have about HAKI so far. In Whole Cake Island, he fights toe-to-toe with Katakuri and is able to learn and hone and master the skill of Future Sight, Advanced Observation HAKI. In Wano Kingdom, while he was in Udon Prison, he got to learn with Boss Yogoro, and he got to learn the skill of Advanced Armament HAKI, Ryo. On the rooftop, he got to perfect this skill as we see him damaging Kaido with Ryo, but when that was not enough, he dug deep inside and he was able to unlock the last one he needed left, Advanced Conqueror's HAKI, and was able to master this along with the rest in the fight. And with his 3 advanced forms of Haki and his awakening, he was able to take down Kaido. I think Luffy still has a ways to go when it comes to Haki, and I think we're going to get there because there's probably more to Haki that we do not know yet. However, from what we have seen, there is no denying that when it comes to Haki, Luffy is able to hang with the best in the series. But as Kaido said himself, you're not all the way up there quite just yet. You still have a little ways to go, and I'm hoping we're going to see Luffy reach those points really, really soon. But moving on, at number 6, we were just speaking of him, we have Kaido, King of the Beasts. So Kaido and Luffy had a fantastic fight. It was mostly focused about Haki, almost all focused about Haki. And even though they were both using their devil fruits, it was the Haki that at the end of the day was making the difference between them. And even at the end with their final clash, it was the Haki that was able to make Luffy beat Kaido. Now, I was just talking about Luffy having all these forms of advanced Haki, and if we look at Kaido, Kaido not only has all of these advanced forms, but he has them where he's just pulling them out nonchalantly. Like, he's had these forms in his back pocket for decades at this point. So it's like Luffy with decades of experience where he's fighting with advanced Conqueror's Haki, and as he sees Luffy getting better, he's using more and more of his own advanced Conqueror's Haki to really step it up a notch. And with each time, he keeps taking down Luffy and taking down Luffy. And when that's not enough, he'll just pull out advanced observation Haki out of nowhere, right out of his back pocket when we least expect it. And Kaido, even though Kaido has a fantastic and amazing devil fruit, I think he's more of a Haki specialist himself, just like the others that would be mentioned on this list. And with his devil fruit and his Haki, I think that's what makes him one of the strongest characters in the series. However, I believe he caters more towards his Haki, and he focuses more and trains more on his Haki than he does his devil fruit. And perhaps that's why he's slightly stronger than Big Mom. Who knows? But we have Kaido at number 6. And now we move on to the top 5. Here's where a lot of old gen members are going to come in. At number 5, we have the world's strongest man, Whitebeard, Edward Newgate. Now, the reason I have Whitebeard over Kaido is because while Kaido was able to clash evenly with Luffy with Advanced Conqueror's Haki and Split the Sky, Whitebeard's able to do the same thing with Gol D Roger. And Gol D Roger was specifically mentioned by name from Kaido to be the peak top form of Haki and one of the best Haki users ever. He was able to achieve Pirate King. He was able to fight equally, toe-to-toe constantly with the world's strongest man. He was able to conquer the seas and defeat guys like Shiki, fight with guys like Garp, like Sengoku, and fight all these people, defeat Rocks and the Rocks pirates. And he did all of this with just Haki. He never had a devil fruit, and no one on his crew seems to have ever had a devil fruit. So this crew seems to be a crew of Haki only users, and he is their captain. He has to be one of the greatest Haki users we have ever seen. And the fact that Whitebeard was able to go toe-to-toe with him, and from the little bit that we have seen, was not even using his devil fruit. Fantastic stuff from Whitebeard. When he was fighting Blackbeard and Blackbeard thought he had him where he wanted him, boxed him into a corner simply because he was able to negate the Guruguru no Mi, we see Whitebeard practically laugh this off, take his Basinto and one-shot Blackbeard, because at the end of the day, Haki is always above devil fruits. And he told Blackbeard right then and there, you are overconfident. And Haki is something that Whitebeard seems to have, just like Kaido. Although they have fantastic devil fruits, it seems that they have even more greater Haki than their devil fruit abilities. So because of this, I have Whitebeard at number 5. Now, at number 4, we have a character who is said to be practically as strong as Whitebeard, as strong as Roger. However, not only does he not have a devil fruit, but this man has never even picked up a weapon a day in his life to fight. He just simply fights with his fists. And of course, I'm talking about the hero of the Marines, Garp. And Garp is able to hang with the strongest characters of all time in the series, with no devil fruit and no weapon, simply with a fist coated with Haki. Or when it comes to Luffy or Ace, a fist coated with love. But to be able to clash evenly with Roger on a regular basis to where you guys almost kill each other, and you have no weapon, you have to have some of the best armament Haki we have ever seen. Now, We have very little knowledge about Garp in the series so far with what's confirmed and what's not confirmed with him when it comes to HAKI. Does he have advanced conqueror's HAKI? I think it goes without saying. However, when it comes to armament HAKI, again, this is my headcanon. I think he is the best armament HAKI user of all time, because how else will he be able to hang? How else is he defeating Rocks and the Rocks pirates along with Roger? Roger at least has his weapons, his swords. This man has nothing but his fist and is able to defeat all these people. I think he has the best armament HAKI. I think he probably has advanced conqueror's HAKI, advanced Rio, and some of the best HAKI ever in the series. So because of that, I have Garp at number 4. Moving on, at number 3, we have the GOAT Silver's Rayleigh. The man who Oda chose to teach Luffy, and through Luffy teach us what HAKI is, what are the forms of HAKI, and how HAKI is used. I think that is a very overlooked aspect where anyone could have been in this situation, but Oda chose Rayleigh. And why did Oda choose Rayleigh? Rayleigh is the right-hand man of the Pirate King. He is the Dark King. Both of these men are seen as two of the strongest characters of all time in One Piece. And not just together. Rayleigh, separate of Roger entirely and separate of the Roger Pirates, is seen individually as one of the strongest characters. And we constantly see this Rayleigh hype throughout the story to where it's undeniable. From his introduction and the way that every single supernova knew who he was, aside from the Straw Hats, to Kizaru showing him the utmost respect and knowing he was not going to be able to capture him right then and there, saying we would need an army to capture you, we were not prepared for you. To Garp, right after that, comparing him to Whitebeard, saying we can't go after two legends at the same time. To post time skip, none of the Marines wanting to mess with him when he single-handedly stopped all of them and said, you're going to let my student go and he's going to leave here. To Blackbeard recently backing down from this man because he knows what this man is about, and even if he can beat him, it's going to take everything that he has to beat Rayleigh. Rayleigh is seen with amazing portrayal where he's one of the strongest characters in One Piece, and his only weapon is HAKI. Just like Roger, a sword and HAKI, and that's it. And if Luffy truly is going to become the greatest HAKI user of all time, then it only makes sense that the man who taught him virtually everything he knows about HAKI is also one of the greatest HAKI users of all time. So because of this, I have number 3, Silver's Rayleigh, the right-hand man of Gol D Roger. And at number 2, we have the captain of the Roger Pirates, the Pirate King, the captain of Silver's Rayleigh. We have Gol D Roger. Again, the Roger Pirates, the greatest pirate crew to ever exist aside from the Rocks Pirates. The most successful pirate crew to ever exist. And none of them had HAKI. None of them had Devil Fruits. They were able to reach Raftel, where no one was able to reach in 800 years without a single Devil Fruit. This is the man who is the epitome of strength in the series, where Luffy needs to reach his level to be as great as him and to become Pirate King. He is the gold standard. Gold is in his name for a reason. He is the absolute gold standard, and I think that's not just in strength but in HAKI as well. And the only person I have above him is at number 1, Red Hair Shanks, and I'm gonna break this down. The reason I have Red Hair Shanks as the greatest HAKI user of all time, even above his captain, is because A, he was literally raised by Roger and Rayleigh, two of, in my opinion, the two best HAKI users of all time prior to himself. He learned everything from these guys, as we can see. He also learned from Kozuki Oden, and all these men fought with swords, all these men had no Devil Fruits, and all these men were conquerors, HAKI, and HAKI in general specialists. And we see Shanks picks that up from them. He grows older, he becomes greater, and throughout the story, we constantly see HAKI feats from him that we have not seen from anyone before in this series. He introduces Conqueror's HAKI. When he walks onto Whitebeard's ship, he physically damages the ship with Conqueror's HAKI like we have never seen anyone else do before in the series. He introduces Splitting the Sky with Whitebeard. And most recently, he arrives in Wano and pulls off what I can only imagine is an advanced form of advanced Conqueror's HAKI, where he is petrifying and stunning Green Bull, and we see the black streaks, we see the black lightning coming, and he's not even holding his weapon, and he is able to communicate with Green Bull, who is thousands, or at least hundreds of miles away. He freezes him, he petrifies him, Green Bull already senses exactly whose HAKI that is, and he is able to communicate with Green Bull. Now, earlier I said the Roger Pirates were a pirate crew who had no devil fruits and were known for being HAKI specialists, or not known for it, but they were probably HAKI specialists. The red hair pirates are just an advanced version of this, where they are known for being HAKI specialists, and they are the HAKI guys of this series. Shanks is the HAKI representative of this series, where he is constantly the one introducing us to newer and newer levels of HAKI, pushing those envelopes even further and further. And if we look at it narratively, Luffy, as Kaido told Luffy, he is going to need to step his HAKI up to higher levels if he wants to reach the levels that Roger was at. And somebody alive is going to have to show Luffy these amazing levels of HAKI that have not been shown yet, because I don't think we're going to go to a flashback of dead characters to see this level of HAKI that Luffy used to get, because he's not going to be able to fight a Roger or a Whitebeard. So it makes perfect sense that there is a man who surpassed Roger in HAKI, who surpassed the Whitebeard, Rayleigh, learned from even greater teachers than Luffy did. Luffy learned from Rayleigh. He learned from the whole crew, including Rayleigh and Roger and Oden. It makes perfect sense. So I think Shanks is holding back a lot of HAKI, a whole new aspect, a whole new window of different HAKI aspects that we have barely even scratched the surface of yet. And Shanks is going to be the one to introduce this to us. So Shanks is at number 1 of my list. So these are, in my opinion, the top 10 greatest HAKI users of all time. Let me know down below in the comments if you agreed, if you disagreed, what you disagreed with, what your ranking would be, who's too high, who's too low. Put all of that down below in the comment section. Criticism, whatever. If you liked it, comment down below. All of that down in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate it, as always. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Subscribe to the channel, help me reach 150 subscribers, and share the video if you can to help my channel grow. And I'll see you guys later in the week with a new banger video. Until then, guys, take care and I'll see you soon. Ah, shit. Forgot about Mihawk.